All right, cool. So I'm streaming on YouTube as well. We see the price push up quite significantly here, gain a decent amount of buy volume, and really show that the bulls are in charge. Now, what we're looking for is now a pullback to validate this previous level of resistance as a new level of support. We know that there is resistance here. We don't want to not understand that, but we do see in the long run we have increasing buy volume. We see really strong movement in the bulls. This is a pretty good continuation pattern here. And this is the overall chart. We saw consolidation phase where we saw an increase in buy pressure coming into the market. This is volume accumulation phase within the consolidation. And this is the first markup phase. We're probably getting this current reaccumulation, which is a good consolidation to enter on a long position, because this is the accumulation phase. We see more buy volume in the market than sell volume. We see now we're in the first stage of the market phase where we're hitting our first level of resistance, which makes sense with the kind of relationship with the market structures we're looking for VSA. We see very strong increasing buy volume. And then now we are getting the price to close on the 5-minute, start a new candle. We'll see how it looks. We'd like to get a pullback. You know, an entry around here would be good. And then you'd set the stop loss just below the previous low, 1.6% of a stop loss. Looking just quickly at risk rewards here, like so. And then you'd get your horizontal array. You see a little bit of sell pressure, but not a lot. You're not seeing that much, really. I'd like to still see that pullback here. I want to get that entry. I'm willing to wait it out. If it does pop, we have XRP to potentially look at for an entry as well. So I have other opportunities. I'd like to see the pullback come in. I'd like to enter there because we haven't really seen any validation of a new level of support yet. So I'm wanting that to come in before I enter. And once I see that validation, then I can then really try to get a good entry on this position here. So this is BTC. We're looking at that on the hour chart. We're looking at that on the 15-minute chart. We're also looking at it on the 5-minute. So we got a lot of eyes on BTC. See it dipping a little bit below. XRP dumped a little bit actually. So we're wanting to see a validation here of buyers in the market. We don't want to just enter right when we see the price coming into the zone. But we still are looking for a potential long opportunity here because we know that there is buyers in the market. So we got our risk rewards here set. Let's see what it's doing here. No entrance yet or anything. See, this is what I'm talking about. XRP is dropping. Let's just see if the YouTube Live is making sure it's working properly. Yep, the YouTube Live is working properly. Great to see. And just making sure, how can we use this increase in buy volume to pick up good shorts on the way back down? Got a question from the crypto markets here. Okay, Link is still not pulling back here. But we have a plan. We're sticking to it, right? That is how we trade. We are trying to get that nice entry down here. We have a stop loss set in our mind that we're going to be placing. And then we're looking for an entry kind of down here. And then we got our risk reward of 2 to 1, 3 to 1, and 4 to 1. So then we're hopefully going to be entering in a risk reward of, or sorry, taking profit at a risk reward of 3 to 4, somewhere in range. That would be the best possible situation, but obviously we will see how it goes. Seeing quite the push here from Link. Not seeing any other buy volume coming in any other pairs here, which is a bit surprising. We see, oops, XRP, no buy volume. BNB, no buy volume. Ethereum, no buy volume. We're just getting a little bit of sell volume. But with Link, tons of buy volume. Theoretically, feeler trade wouldn't have been the worst position there, but wanted to see that first validation. I really wanted to. And yeah, we might get some trades that are getting away from us a little bit, but that confirmation for me is worth it. How can we use this increase in buy volume to pick good shorts back on the way down? Was a question from one of our students. How can we use this increase in buy volume? If we wait for the buy volume to pick up, the price back up to the key levels of resistance. All right, just dropping some value and knowledge here on the Discord. And anyone go? All right. JP, what is up? What is Chainlink? Is short answer. What is Chainlink is short answer. I'm looking to potentially enter Chainlink if it pulls back and holds this zone. But as we can see, XRP and BNB are looking like they could be dropping. So now I'm a little bit hesitant on entering this possible entry here. But actually looking on the longer term time frame for Link, if we break our $3.80 range, then in my opinion, it would be a great entry for a short. But right now, still, if it holds this support, it's a potential entry. We want to see it hold. We want to see a validation that there's buyers in the market. Whereas XRP is looking better for a short because we see a valid ascending zone like so. We see a valid ascending zone. Price has respected this area many times. And then, as we can see on Link, broke a major structural resistance. And then now it's forming an ascending triangle above the major resistance zone, which is a pretty bullish pattern. We see increasing buy volume coming in, indicating volume accumulation. We've made a structural higher high on the larger time frame, and now we're pulling back to a minor level of resistance, which will possibly be a new level of support. So we're looking to see if that's going to hold, and then if the price actually does break, we'd be looking to potentially enter on XRP, because it could be looking like it's going to break our horizontal zone. I think I'm just going to move this to here, actually. And then I'll also, actually, you know what we're going to do is get this zone right here. Previous levels of resistance. Could be the same thing, just looking back at the previous, oops, like so. Yep, it's a pretty key zone. I'm pretty happy with this area. So that could be the low we're holding, because structurally, this is a consolidation. We're making a lower low, structurally speaking. And then we do have a little resistance here as well. So I think I'm just going to take this away. And then just look at structure within the market that we're currently seeing right now. So we're going to look to possibly enter here. Chainlink definitely looking like we are breaking, so definitely no entry on Chainlink at this point if we hold below this zone. So that's why waiting for confirmation is so important. We didn't want to enter Chainlink. We were waiting, and we were waiting for the confirmation. What is this showing? This is in the cryptocurrency market, we are trading. We're looking for opportunities to find volatility, looking for both upside and downside potential. We make money. I make a living trading cryptocurrencies. So this is exactly what we're doing. Trading crypto. BNB, this pair, which is BNB paired with the USDT, is looking like a good opportunity for a short. If it breaks the ascending trend line, which is this green trend line right here, if it breaks that zone, looking like a good opportunity for a short. If we also break the market structure and make it lower low, and then we're looking to enter on the lower high. XRP is looking good for a possible short if we do break that ascending trend line like we see here. And if we've already broken that market structure lower low, so now we're looking for the lower high. Looking like more of a favorable short at this point in time because we're seeing a lot more sell volume come in on Ripple. And then Link was a potential long, but we have no entry on it yet because we didn't see a validation that there's buyers in the market on the pullback. And we waited for the pullback, and now it looks like there's a significant amount of sellers. So we're hesitating to enter right now. We're just patiently waiting. So we'll see how it reacts. We see XRP holding that zone, so it could hold as a support there. Zone of confluence, we would have to move our projection a little bit if we do hold that zone. But we still have a minute and 50 minutes, so we will see how XRP holds. But it's a pretty good zone. It's a pretty well-respected trend line. We got our anchor point, and then we got 1, 2, 3. So it's a well-respected zone. We got a candle closure right at that area, signifying that zone yet again. And then BNB is looking like a potential, but Link and XRP are the main ones. But Link, obviously, if it breaks below this, I'm going to just basically invalidate this trade altogether, and I won't look for a long anymore because it's broken the new level of support, which did not hold. But that's what we do to make sure that we try to not enter on setups that don't have validity. Important note for sure. So we haven't traded yet. We're still looking for our one single entry. And just opening up something for an example here for a student. Give me one moment. Someone asked a question. Okay. So, patiently waiting, but I do think that our short is coming together well here. I do think that. Potential. It has potential. We'll see how it does. BTC is looking a little bit more bearish. We don't see a tremendous amount of bearish volume coming in. We're going to stay patient for the candle to close, which is just closed right now. So we'll see how Link does. We'll see how XRP does. They're both in pretty important areas. We'll just be looking at Link right now, but we'll see if XRP does fall further. Okay, so you see the sellers coming in more. XRP is holding a little bit. Very, very lack of volume coming in. This is a no demand. I might enter a small feeler here because that would be a pretty quick, but like actually maybe not. It's not going to be a huge move, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll see how this candle closes. We got 3 minutes. And then Link is definitely not looking like a short, or sorry, not looking like a long yet. So, Sarah, hopefully I answered your question. We are trading and speculating on the price action of cryptocurrencies. We are currently trading Link or Chainlink, and we are also looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple or XRP as well. Just gonna take a quick stretch here. Well, we're seeing definitely some buy volume get picked up here. We'll see if Link holds. XRP is holding its support, so that is good to see. Hey man, what is up? How's it going? Don't really want to try to even say your name. Meldilla? M? Medi. Sure. Medi sounds... Medi's an easy one to say. How's it going, Medi? We are currently looking at XRP for a short. BNB, which is Binance coin. XRP is called Ripple. Binance coin for a short as well if it breaks this green ascending zone. XRP, similar structure. It already broke this ascending green zone, and we're just looking for a potential short at this point. And then Link was our potential long if the price did start to go up. But at this point in time, we are just seeing the price kind of push below our support. We are not loving it. We're going to remain patient. If the price is able to hold, if BTC is able to hold, then we might still look for an entry here for a long if things start to look a little different. But at this point, we are patiently waiting until an opportunity presents itself that gives us a high probability. But at this time, we see BTC, Bitcoin, in this chart up top here. We see Bitcoin broke the resistance, looking up, broke the resistance right here, and then testing for a new level of support still. We got 5 minutes left on the 1 hour, so we'll see the 1 hour close in obviously 5 minutes, and we'll see how the next candle does. We do not want to enter right away. We want to see a confirmation from the overall market before we look to enter to give us the highest probabilities. But all we're looking for is just one solid push for our trade. We're looking to get our 3 to 4 risk reward, and we're going to get out. So that's the plan here for our day trade here. Is we'll go either short or long. We're looking to get our RR, risk reward, and get out of the market. If it does significantly push to the downside, obviously we're going to try to hold and see what we can get out of it. But in terms of entries, we're just wanting to get a nice, good entry close to a resistance. And XRP looking pretty good. Let's just zoom in here, because looking at where the price actually is holding, looking like a pretty good zone. I think what I will do is try to potentially redraw this in other areas to see if I can get a little bit better of a trend line drawn to see if I can get any more areas marked up. I think that's going to be the zone that I'm going to use instead. Right there. So I'm going to hide these two. So that projection line and this trend line. Oh, definitely seeing a little bit of a dump here. And then I will put the outside of the trend line for that. And then I'm going to put my projection towards the price action inside. And that's going to be my new area. So we got the previous one, which is already broke. But I think the current one we have, so let's get, so yeah, this is the two trend lines that we drew here. So we got one that already broke. We have another one that has not broke yet that is currently testing right now. Link is still holding, so I don't want to call it bearish just yet. But XRP does look like a good opportunity if it does break. We've already made the lower low. We could potentially make the lower high if we're maybe going to retest this zone here for resistance. That would be a good opportunity. But right now we are seeing the price dump even more. So if we make an even greater lower low, breaking the 24130 range, then we are definitely going to be looking for a lower high. That's confirmation for sure that we are now going to short. But right now, we don't have full confirmation yet, so we don't want to enter. The price could consolidate in here, and the 5 minute has not even closed yet. So we don't want to jump to conclusions. We don't want to enter too early. We want to enter when the time is right. So XRP is definitely looking like an opportunity. Link is looking like less and less of an opportunity as the day goes on. Have no entry on Link, but I'm just looking at it. I used to think that we could get a nice pullback, but we didn't see buyers enter the market, so we didn't get any single entry. So definitely worth waiting for. Patience pays, and that's why we like to wait for validation. But XRP is looking a little better, for sure. I do think that. I will be back. I'm just going to get some little bit of food. I'll leave the TikTok on. Crush, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, BNB is not doing much. Link is still holding our ascending support, and XRP is still kind of holding our zone. We don't want to enter too early, like always. We want to ensure that we are getting the highest probable situation for us to enter in. So we're going to be very patient. We're going to stand our ground, but we will want to try to get a confirmation before we just enter. So I will be back very shortly. Oh, hey, yeah. I can take them. Yeah, I can take them. Oh, yeah. That's not a problem. Milo, come on. All right, not much has happened in the markets. Chainlink looking definitely a little bit more bullish for sure. If we're able to break that zone, I think I might think to be potentially adding a little bit to this position here, because we do see increasing buy volume on the 1 hour. That 1 hour looks pretty strong. We pulled back. Got 1 more minute till this candle closes. This is the 1 hour chart of XRP. This is the consolidation we're currently in right now. We're basically right at a major resistance. Not awesome to be entering long on a major resistance, but we are holding an ascending support, and we are seeing increasing buy volume coming into the market. So it does look strong in many cases, but we are longing right into a resistance, which is not amazing. Let's just say that. So we'll see how it goes. We got still 55 minutes until the 4 hour closes, but we do see it's a pretty strong breakout to the upside. Yeah, we'll see. The 4 hour doesn't look amazing. The daily looks pretty strong because we saw a bullish candle, but like we'll see how it goes. We are counter trend trading. We are right at a resistance zone. But we're not looking for a crazy amount, right? We're not looking for a crazy amount of percentages. We're looking for a bit of a higher high to form. But we will see. The 5 minute just got a close, and then we are now on a new 5 minute candle. Don't see a whole lot of movement just yet in the price. We'll see how it's looking here in the next couple candles. Order book doesn't look too strong right now. I think it's more of a short play here than anything. So I'm looking at BNB and XRP for short, and Link could be my long opportunity, but I'm definitely hesitant on entering any longs at this moment. Made theoretically a lower low, but structurally speaking, it's still holding its higher lows. Made a higher high, broke it, held it, slammed back down with lots of sell pressure, but we still are holding the higher lows. So not all hope is lost. And XRP has broken, pushed to the downside, which is good to see. If we get a nice little pullback validating a previous level of resistance as a new level of support, maybe it might just be this one. You know, we don't exactly know. Maybe up here, or maybe it'll go all the way up here. We don't exactly know. But XRP, we're looking for more of a short bias. BNB as well. And then Link is mainly just looking for longs at this moment. So we'll see how it goes. Don't have any entries. Still looking. It's 11 o'clock. So haven't made any moves since this morning. But that's okay. We got to stay patient. We got to find that opportunity that will present itself probably once a day. And then capitalize on that significantly. So that's what the plan is. Seeing a little bit more sell pressure coming into the market here. And let's minimize that and then look at Ethereum and BTC. So they're pretty key market leaders, and that'll kind of distinguish where we are in the market. So let's get some water here. So we got a double injection of sell pressure. Not significant, but we can see that within the price, we got our first wave of injection of sell pressure right here, and the price came up, and then we're getting our second injection right here. So we got to move up. We got our first injection, and then we tried again, and now we got another push to the downside. So we're starting the move to the downside. So I'd like to see the price kind of break, push down below kind of this low. Maybe we'll have a feeler entry kind of somewhere around here, or when we start to break, and then we'll put a stop loss above this high. And if it breaks down lower, that's great. If we make another move towards the upside and try to retest this higher zone over here a little bit more, kind of like here, that's all right. But at this point in time, it does look like it's a little bit more bearish. So main reason why I'm entering is sell pressure 1, sell pressure 2 on a key level of horizontal level of resistance. Let's close this. Because that's the zone I'm really looking at right there. So, oops. So let's look at the market here. Definitely seeing some sell pressure. It'd be nice to close at the low there. So we got the close on XRP. Let's see what the next candle does. XRP. And let's see what the overall market does as well. So a slight pullback. Link saw a significant drop on that candle, so I don't think we're going to be entering that. And then we're also going to hold, oops, this zone right here. So we're just in a zone here. Let's start borrowing our coins. For XRP. Now, BTC is right at a level of support. We got to understand that. So we're not shorting right into a level of support. Oops. Come on. There we go. Something we definitely want to understand is that. First thing, I don't think I'll definitely be able to borrow my coins. So I'll start taking apart this because we're not really going to be entering, but What we will do is still keep an eye on it. I'll take this away and go a little bit further out. So we don't want to put too much emphasis on it, but that's basically what the pattern is going to be. And then XRP is still looking all right. It's looking like it could dump a little bit. We are getting a decent amount of buy pressure to actually enter the market, where we get interactions from the buyers on BTC. So we're waiting for that as well. So, not much more happening within the market. If you got any questions, drop it within the comment section on TikTok or YouTube, and I'll be able to answer any questions you may have. So no entrances yet at all. Looking for the crack. Has not come yet. A minute and a half left here. Oh, I will also post this within the Discord before we even look to enter. And I will take away this one. And then put it in the crypto markets. Okay, typed that out. Link is still holding on, so that's good. BNB's still a short opportunity, made a lower low, definitely significant, but we're not going to touch it unless it breaks our ascending trend line, our ascending projection. We're not going to trade that until it breaks it, because that is within our criteria. It hasn't broken the price action zone, so we're not going to enter. But it has created a lower low, and it looks like it's going to create a lower high. So in terms of market structure, it has been validated. And then let's look at the VSA, look at the volume and the comparison with the price action. We do see that within the consolidation recently, we have been seeing more sell pressure coming in. We did see that large spike, but recently we've been definitely seeing more sell pressure coming into the market. Lack of buy volume compared to the sell pressure on the way down, definitely a little bit more volume distribution. So in two of the three regards, looking pretty good, but it hasn't broken, so we're not looking to enter. Link is definitely looking weaker and weaker, while XRP is looking the same, which is a good opportunity for us to enter on. That previous candle definitely had a lot of transactions take place, even though it was a very small amount of movement. So there's buyers within the area. That's what it's telling me right now. So we'll see what the coins do. We are not setting a bias. We're seeing what breaks, but at this point, we're not entering the market. So looking at any questions, no questions from the TikTok crowd, and currently no questions from the YouTube. All right, let's see what the market has done. Seems like there has been no questions here. But patience is the name of the game. Still 11:20, so still pretty early in the day. Hasn't been noon yet. Okay. So we're just chilling. No questions from anyone, but it's good to have this open. I feel like for anyone who would like to have any questions answered, it's good to have it open. And for them to be able to answer, or for anyone to be able to ask questions, and we'll be able to answer for the 14 people who are online. So not a whole lot happening right now, but we can look at different things if we wanted to. Like we can put this on a different tab and then talk about a different pair or whatever pair we are trying to look at. You know, Tesla's dropping pretty good. S&P is dropping pretty good. Talk about those things if we want. Tesla is going down to its last level of support at around $700 pretty quickly here. So my food's done, so I will be back. Actually, what I'm gonna do, if you have any questions, drop them. I'll get the food, and if I come back and if I see no questions, I'll probably just cut the TikTok off there and then eat food and then continue on my way. Looking for the setups to slowly come. So until next time, hope everyone has a good day. And just looking at them for one last time. Ethereum looks like an opportunity as well. That looks pretty damn good. BNB is looking like an opportunity. Yeah, I think it's more short biased for sure. A lot of these alts are looking pretty prime for a short for sure. So we'll see what the next couple candles or hours bring, depending on how fast the market pushes. 37 minutes on the 4-hour and on the hour chart. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a good one.